What do you need to look out for in people when you're recruiting to build the perfect leadership circle? Check this out.
Just lead.
When you're building a team, you want to pick the perfect person for each role. You want them to be the best in every category, a superstar employee. But you can't do that because those people simply don't exist. There isn't a single person in the world that is perfect in every category that you're looking for to fill roles in your team. This makes choosing people through the recruitment process a little more difficult. First thing you need to do is park your ego at the door. You want to be employing people that are going to compete for your role, and you shouldn't feel threatened by them. The fact that they want your role in the future is in part going to mean that they're going to perform at a higher level than they otherwise would if they're happy in their substantive role. Also, having these highly driven people in your team means that you can go on holiday at any moment and be rest assured that your team is going to be led competently in your absence. When you're employing people to fill leadership roles in your position, you need to ensure that they follow the honesty and 4C system. And I cover this in a different video, but I'll go through it briefly here. Are they honest in the way that they operate with you, themselves, and their team? Are they committed to their team and putting their team first? Are they cooperative? Are they part of the team, or do they want to sit above in a throne? Are they consistent with their messaging and their behaviours? And do they display chrysalis, a desire to learn and grow and develop themselves and provide those opportunities for their team? If you've been getting anything at all out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, press the like button, leave a comment down below. The subscribe button helps me grow my channel. The like button helps YouTube think that, oh, this is not too bad. And the comments let me talk to you. And finally, if you're out there and looking for advice and coaching and help, I am available, and you can click on the Patreon link down below to get access to all my membership packs there, in which I can provide feedback and coaching one-on-one for you and you specifically. Beyond this, the first thing you need to understand before you recruit anyone into your leadership team is yourself. What are your personality traits? How do you like to communicate with people? And what are your strengths in the leadership field? There are plenty of psychology tests out there that you can perform on yourself to figure this answer out. These tests include the classic Myers-Briggs type indicator, the DISC assessment, the 4-color personalities, Goleman's EQ test, to name a few. You may have heard of some of these, and you may have done some of these. These will help break down your character traits and tendencies. And to be clear, these are all indicators of your personality. Don't take them to be the be-all and end-all of who you are. The reason why this is the critical first step in building out a leadership team is because you don't want to fill a leadership team with carbon copies of yourself. You'll have gaps and areas where you're not that good as a leader, and you need to cover those with the people around you. Let's use the DISC assessment as an example because it's a particularly easy one. The letters stand for direct, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. Where I sit as a leader is pretty heavily in the direct category. It is how I interact with the world, and it's how I interact with people and communicate. I'm very direct when I provide feedback, and I like to receive feedback in a very direct manner. I have tendencies in the other 3 categories, but they are nowhere near as strong. So when I go about building a leadership team around myself, I ensure that the I, the S, and the C are all heavily covered off in the other people around me. You do this so that you can lean on each other for personal development and grow in those areas where you're a little weak. But it also means that you can rely on each member of your team for different things because of the strengths that they have. So I put a lot of energy into ensuring that my team's character traits complemented my own, and that they complemented each other at the same time. And in doing so, built a highly effective team. And what if your team is pre-existing and you don't have the luxury of building your team from scratch? You're always going to have the opportunity to build and grow your team. People go to other roles over time. And when they do, you need to understand the biggest character trait gaps that you've got in your team and then actively recruit to cover them. It takes time. It's not something you can do today or tomorrow, but it's something you need to be aware of so that when you do get the opportunity to recruit a new leader for your team, you're all over it and you put the right person in that role. You've built your leadership team. So now what? How are you going to engage them better in meetings? Well, click here to find out.